everyone. Welcome to our Porsche Center Markham Fine Art of Sports Car Detailing. We're glad you could join us this morning. It's a frosty morning here in Markham, and we're excited that we have a small in-person gathering. Say hello, everyone. Hello. We wish we could welcome more. We have 25 here, all vaccinated, masked when we need to be, and we're excited about opening up more of our club events to everyone, hopefully soon. So please stay tuned for that. For those of you who don't know, my name is Stefan Walther. I'm the president of your Porsche Club of America, Upper Canada region. We, once again, we are the largest region of the 147 in the PCA. We're proud of that. We're active. We love it. We can't wait to get out there and drive our cars again very, very soon. So please stick around for the next hour or so. We've got an exciting tech social planned for you. You'll see we've got this beautiful lava orange GTS Targa. We're going to be talking about washing, waxing, polishing, interior care, glass care, all that sort of thing. We also have a silver Boxster here, so we'll be talking about that one as well. And you will see there's a nice prize table over here behind us. We're going to do some raffles for the group here as well. We're going to do a trivia for those of you on the Zoom chat, and you'll be able to win prizes. So both audiences will be engaged. And you'll see Chris Hebert. He's behind me. You won't see Chris Hebert, but he's behind the camera there. And he just met by one of the FAF Porsche racers. And we have Lawrence Yap. He's just over here. And I know that many of you were tuned in a couple weekends ago where FAF Motorsports had an amazing start to 2022. And I'm just going to go a little bit closer. So right here. And Lawrence, maybe you can tell us quickly, how did that last lap go? I know a lot of us have seen the video and we're watching.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us, and welcome virtually, I guess, to the rest of you to Porsche Center Markham. Hopefully we'll have a chance to welcome you in person at some point in the next little while. Yeah, Daytona was an amazing experience. It was. I wouldn't hear you back there. You wouldn't believe how cold it was. It was single digits for the entire 24 hours, which meant the drivers throughout the race were struggling with tire temperatures and getting the car to be responsive. Plus, the crew, where like I was wearing 2 layers of Nomex and a 3-layer fire suit, we were all still really, really cold. So it's a bit of an ordeal for everybody. But for a 24-hour race to come down to the last 5 minutes is, I think, it's easy for us to say, but that's one of the greatest finishes that we've had for 24 hours. So to be battling it out with one of our drivers from last year made it that much more special. So thanks everybody for coming today. And Stefan, did you want to talk?
You betcha. I want to keep talking. So thank you, Lawrence, and thank you for hosting us. It's very much appreciated. We love to be here in person a little bit. And virtual on the Zoom there. So for those of you who didn't see that last lap of Daytona, you can Google it. And okay, so we can speak up a little more, no problem. There we go. So you should Google it, and I'll let you know that FAF Motorsports, which is the motorsports arm of Porsche Center Markham, FAF Porsche. They are our exclusive presenting sponsor for Club Race. And with Club Race this year, we're hoping we can invite more of our club members down to this event so that we can have more of an event, not just the racers. So stay tuned for information on that. And we'll get that out to you as soon as we have it. So Happy New Year to everyone. Again, this is our first event of 2022 and our first in-person social in 3 months. So we're very, very excited about that. Just want to let you know that the calendar on the website has been fully updated. We're still going through some of the sections on the website to update for events of 2022, but the calendar itself, you'll see all the events in that calendar. And I'd like to thank my trusty team here. So Chris Adair is behind the Zoom camera, and he's our Director of Communications on the board with the club. And also Jackie Metcalf is back here. Thank you, Jackie, for helping out. She's Club Race co-chair, and she's also a director on the board as well. Many of you know her. And I also want to say hello and thank you to Catherine Mingley, our Vice President, who's joining us from Florida. Thank you, Catherine. She'll be helping us out on the Zoom. So especially when we get to the trivia for the prizes and such. So stick around for that. And I also want to welcome, we met Lawrence Yap, he's a creative director at Fast Bottom Corners. Also, we have Troy Stevenson here, who will be talking to you a little bit more and showing you some great products. And I thought before we started organizing this session, I thought that I knew a lot. I thought I knew quite a bit, almost, let's be honest, I thought I knew everything. And it's true, I don't. One interesting product that they do have here is a special product for cleaning touch. And as you know, Porsches are going, well, many of them have the navigation screen. And then if you look at the Taycan and even some of the other models, that they have the haptic buttons. So Troy is going to show us that product, and it comes with an applicator as well. So definitely something I'll be picking up. And our club members would have gotten an e-blast about a half an hour ago. You'll see special offers from Porsche Center Markham for some special products, equipment, Porsche products. So those are special event prices for today. If you would like to order them on your Zoom, you just have to hit the link and it will send an email to our Vice President, Catherine Mingate. And for those of you in person here, if you want to purchase one of those products, you may not have seen them in the e-blast because you were here, unless you're checking your phone email, but we will have them on display and you'll see Troy demonstrating some of them. So this special pricing is only for today, so you have to get that email in today. And then Porsche Center Markham will follow up with you tomorrow and do the payment, and shipping is free, so you don't have to worry about that. And we thank Lawrence and Troy and Porsche Center Markham for putting together that little special package. So for upcoming events, next month, March 8th, we're at Hansa House, and that's Jim Kenzie's celebration. Jim Kenzie recently retired from the Toronto Star. He's still very active, and he has a big announcement for us, so we look forward to visiting with him again. That will open for registration next Sunday, February the 20th. We're just kind of monitoring some restrictions and finalizing some details. We want to open the event to as many as possible, and we are really hoping to do the virtual component because it will be a little bit different than before. Jim usually gives us a nice presentation. Jim will be doing a little bit of that, but we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A. So all the stuff that Jim doesn't tell us usually, we're going to get it out of him. So stay tuned to that. UCR Ski Day is March 11th. It's almost sold out. Go on to clubregistration.net if you would like to attend that. You need to get your names in for that real soon. And of course, you can check Province Magazine. It's always updated with the latest calendar. And of course, your e-blasts that come out about every 2 weeks. There'll be another one next week with some updates. Also excited to announce we're putting together two driving tours for Porsche Center Markham and for FAF Porsche. So please look for those, watch for those. Thank you to Lawrence and the FAF Automotive Group for offering those for our club members. The dealership driving tours are extremely popular, so we're extremely excited to add more. We can't get enough of them. And if you do look at that calendar on the website, again, the driving tours page, not quite updated. It will be very shortly this week, but the calendar has, I believe it's over 17 driving tours on there already for 2022. So with the pandemic, we're opening registration a little bit closer to the event, just so we have a better idea of restrictions and also so we're going to be doing about 3 weeks out. So anyway, I'm going to pass it over to Troy momentarily. I'm huge on car care myself. You probably heard the saying, baby needs a bath before bed. So baby means our Porsches, right? So funny because on a lot of club events, if it's raining or not so great, when I get home, I will actually wash my car because baby needs a bath before bed. And the last thing I want to do is when I take the recycle out to the garage to see this filthy baby sit in there. And then I also know the next time she goes out, she needs a bath. So that's going to be a very early start to another day. Anyway, so I get comments all the time about my Porsches. Often club members say, did you just spend so many hours washing and waxing just for today? And I often say, no, I just, it always has a good coat of wax on it. I do a detailer as well when I need to. So it's important to keep these cars, they look so fine. So it's just nice to keep them in beautiful operating order. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to Troy Stevenson, and he's going to show you some products.
Well, hey guys, my name is Troy Stevenson. I'm the lead detailer for Porsche Markham. We're going to be showing you guys just some simple tips, professional, like a standpoint, maybe get you guys some good techniques, teach you guys something. That's pretty much it. Thank you very much for bringing me over here and hosting this here. We do appreciate it. I guess we'll just start off. So one of the first things we're gonna do is just mainly assess the vehicle first. So we just see, from the paint, from the eye points of seeing if there's scratches, like deep scratches, or what we're gonna be doing. What's the process gonna be like? Because every car is different. Every car is not taken the same here, and that's just one way to better quality. And you can see over here there's already some sort of swirls. So that's one thing that we're going to be mainly focusing on. First thing first, we have our three bucket method here. So it's where we have one bucket for the wheels and then 2 buckets for the actual paint. So one's going to be a rinse bucket and one's going to be just the soap. And after each dip of soap, you dip it in the rinse bucket just so the particles from what you just wiped are in the rinse bucket rather than putting it back on the paint. So it's just one way to keep contamination very low, and so keep your scratches very minimal. So we're not going to be washing here because the cars are already washed. So wash yours. Bring it in. One thing we're going to be doing here is our rim cleaner. It does have a very potent smell, so just keep in mind that's it. It is safe. It is safe for concrete as well. So if you put it on dry concrete, it's not going to stain. It's not going to do any sort of that.
How about asphalt?
Asphalt, it's good too. If it passes the concrete, it usually passes everything else. Yeah, but it's very good, very safe. So I'll just display it on this rim. Maybe where there's I'm not sure. So we'll just do it. Just spread it evenly. And this usually comes with just a cap on. I just put a spray nozzle on it. It's universal. Not going to hurt the brakes. Only thing you don't really want to do this on with carbon ceramics. Carbon ceramic, it won't damage it, but it will definitely make a little temporarily stain. So you kind of just want to stay away from that. Necessarily, we leave this for maybe 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, let it dry, and then this one doesn't change color, but there are ones that change color. And this one has kind of a chemically bubblegum smell, so it's good and bad at the same time. So
Does it do anything to the rubber?
the rubber? No, it doesn't. So we've tested this. We've tested a bunch of chemicals. We've had that running the problem where it dries out the actual tire. So this stuff is actually really good.
And you said you just rinsed it off.
You can either rinse it off if it's, let's say, ceramic, doesn't need a lot of
I'll
scrubbing.
just say from my experience around a little bit of brake dust.
Rim dust, exactly. So that's what I was.
My
That's what I was
question to you is, what's your special brush?
Yeah, so we actually have like a very soft like a microfiber.
Okay,
Yeah, so just get it into the spokes, and then we use like an actual like a wash mitt. And after all that, it should be all done.
Can I ask you another question?
Sure. Yeah.
So how do you prevent, I think you guys use a big blow dryer.
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes, I'm getting rusting of the brakes.
So
I'm in there trying to clean off the brakes. How do you prevent that issue of
Drop the car.
right away? Is that the trick?
That's what I do.
Okay.
Drop the car.
that's pretty much it. With brake rust, it's once water touches it,
It is just surface, but it is on there in 5 seconds.
I'd say wash it, then got it. Yeah, just break it right after the wash.
But then once you break it, then you take that rust and you got it right back on the.
Yeah, well, there's ways to prevent that. You could do like ceramic coating or something to prevent the actual dust.
So what about the calipers?
Calipers, just to clean the calipers, you just use like a little brush like this. This is like goat's fur. It's very soft. But you just pretty much get in there, and it's a little difficult with the different type of rims. This one, at least you can access it a little. But you can, with this type of rim style, you can pretty much activate,
Right.
clean everything in there. I'd like to wash this off, but
Very good.
thought about this.
Sorry, you get a little bit of corrosion happen, especially if you get it salt. Yeah, exactly.
How to get rust off?
Well, rust or salt stains or.
If it doesn't come off with a brush, it most likely it's not going to come off. It's just like corrosion. That's it. I can't really do anything about that besides if you try with a brush and agitate the dirt and the salt stains.
Okay. So if you were going into a concourse with, they would expect those hubs to be spotless. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we did that. Replace all the parts.
Of course. That's what you gotta do.
Have a special reason.
Just get it.
Just gonna rinse it off now. It's been probably 5-6 minutes. Just want to-
While you're doing that, can we just ask that if a member of the real life audience is asking a question, can somebody with a microphone repeat the question?
Something about the power washing thing. I got 2 power washers, electric, 1800 PSI, and a gas. It starts at 2200, goes up to 3500. Correct. If I use the gas powered one, will I do any damage to anything?
If
If I only keep it at the low end.
you're talking about like pressure
Yes.
paint. Let's say you want to come over here. So first thing I noticed while painting this room, there's a chip. So
that's
I want
Curb.
to, yeah, curb, exactly. So I want to stay away from that unnecessarily. So in your situation, if there's chips or curb rash, chip paint, don't like just run away. So just leave it.
how about push having it on the paint itself.
Like,
Pressure washer, you're using it.
that's completely
Yeah, it's
fine, yeah, that's completely fine. Yeah.
Even if,
Yes,
even the
there's-
gas power one?
Tons of clear coat. Obviously, I wouldn't put the nozzle this
No, of
close.
course.
'Cause I've used like higher pressure as well. It's completely safe, even with the low end type of cars. But this paint wise,
The
nothing
plastics and
beats
everything?
here. Plastic's good. Just I wouldn't put it close.
No, because.
I have
it'll
seen it.
Cut the rubber,
Exactly, I've seen it cut the rubber. So
depending on the nozzle.
that's a very good point. So just watch your pressure and just be cautious about what you're doing.
Mhm.
So at this step, I would have necessarily a hair dryer. I don't have an air dryer, so I will use towels. It's just dry to the touch. This is pretty much just getting rid of any dirt that wasn't clean necessarily of the wash. Just leave. Usually we have an air dryer just to get the actual inner barrels. The next step would be, so I usually like to switch it up, like either do rims or paint. We're not going to clean the cars, obviously.
So do you start with the wheels?
It varies. So it's just like a mental thing. So like, you have so many steps, and you could either do it from back to front. You can do interior first. You could do, so it's just completely up to you. Usually I like to start it off with a wash though, just to get like everything off, and it's the door jambs next. So next we do the paint. Sorry, bottom of the car? Yeah, we don't do the bottoms.
We're gonna try to hold off on most of the questions till the end, if everyone doesn't mind.
Yeah.
And then also, Troy, if we do have some questions along the way, if you could please repeat them, just so the Zoom audience is having a hard time here. Thanks.
Yeah, for sure. So next we would go with the paint. We're not gonna be washing, they're already washed. I'll show you the process of filling a bucket for the paint. Clean the paint up. So we're washing shampoo. This bottle through this is our rinse bucket. So this bucket would just be full of water, and it has a grit guard. These things that I was talking about earlier, they prevent the dirt from arising from the floor, exactly, so it doesn't get back onto your wash. This will be our wash bucket. So it just takes a few pumps. It doesn't take much. You don't have to empty out the whole bottle because it is pretty pricey. Just a few squirts, 3, 4, and you fill the whole bucket up after that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're not going to fill up the bucket. We don't have any water source. So next, so we're pretty much done. Let's say we finished washing the paint. We'll go to maybe correcting some of those spots for so light paint correction. So I'll show you some of the different types of pads here. So this is a coarse wool polishing pad. So this is for like very deep scratches. We won't be using this today. It's a lot of time. This is just a medium. So this is just for, you could hop right on it, like it's just polishing with this pad. You can finish the entire vehicle with this pad. And this is the finishing pad. So this is this pretty much it's kind of like sandpaper, where you start from the lowest grits and you build your way to the highest. And so here we have our Paintwork Polish, as well as our hard wax. So we're going to be applying our hard wax after we've went through these 2 steps with the applicator pad. Okay. First, we need to get some power source. This does, exactly. So it won't be. Well, we can still polish paint protected film. It's I'm not sure if this is XPEL, because the XPEL does have self-healing. So we will polish this and just maybe see what happens necessarily. Because I've seen it is possible to get scratches out paint protection film, you know. So nano coated, no. Once you polish it, you remove the coating. So we'll just go with a light polish just to see what happens. Check out this part. Oh, this is PDF as well. One way to check, just check for the cut lines back here. Very hard. Okay, so this is the group heads. This is the Mark III dual action polisher. So you can do everything I'm showing you guys today. You can do with your hands. No, expensive. This is like $800. You don't got to buy this. You can use it with your hand, but if you want the best quality, I definitely recommend. So this is the Orbital Polisher dual action. So it pretty much has like a star pattern and it rotates all in one. So it goes like this. That's going in a star pattern, and it's different from a rotary machine, where forced rotation, where it goes in one direction. So this creates a lot of less friction. Fastness. Dual action. So this is a brand new pad, so I will have to prime it. Not just spraying like a generic spray wax, so it's not harsh. And we go with our polish. So this is our Paintwork Polish. You can use this as like a step one or all-in-one. 4 dots around all the pad, so it's evenly distributed. And we'll just go to our exactly, yeah. This is, once again, it is paint protection film, so it's not going to do as much as we wanted necessarily. So, but we will try to get rid of some of this. There's like a little bit of hazing and like some scratches. First thing, just dab. You won't dent your car by doing this, guys, so don't worry about that. Dab, evenly distribute, make sure the wire isn't touching the car, of course. I like to polish around 4,000 RPM. Want to go at night, smooth. Very smooth. You can go up and down direction. Go in the direction of where the curve is. Like this. So that was around 2-3 passes. That's kind of what we usually do for the best, like optimized like paint correction. It is PPF, but if it wasn't, that would usually take out the majority of the scratches. If you want to get more, then you have to use a wool pad. A wool pad just causes more heat. It pretty much like levels out the clear coat in a sense. Next, we'll be using just a finishing pad. This I would just be using directly over after this. So it's like a 2-step. So this is the first step. This is the second step. Same thing. change the pads. For us, or for me at least, maybe one time a month. We're doing a lot of cars, so that's the thing. Maybe 10 a week.
Oh, so 40 cars.
Yeah, around 40 cars.
And is that Polish or what?
This is polished, right?
Just a different,
Yeah, they're pretty much the same thing, but this is like it does, yeah. So that's you can actually have there's pad cleaners, or you can get like an air compressor air blower, blow it right out, or you can wash it as well. Washing it just takes a little bit longer because you would actually have to wait for it to dry after. And these pads are very expensive. Like that's I think like $40 for that pad. So you kind of want to take care of it.
Where do you get the pads?
The pads you can get any detailing place. You can go to Canadian Tire ones, or you can go to like a professional place wherever I recommend. Sorry?
3 ounce garage.
Yeah, like 3D. A lot of great companies in this area as well as Vaughn. So yeah, for pads, you kind of want to just take very good care of them because they are pretty pricey. That's a very pricey part of the detailing. This is our finishing pad. We're just going to directly over. You can usually wipe it, but it's a finishing phase, so I'm just going to leave it and just polish right over it. So again, evenly distribute. This pad is pretty much just going to close some of those light swirls or whatever it created prior to actual this pad. So it's just going to completely finish the job, and then we go over with the hard wax after.
People apply these products without comfort.
Yes, so that's what I said in the beginning. You can actually, so this is an applicator pad. You can use this for literally everything. So from polish, from hard wax to interior cleaner. And you can get these Walmart, Canadian Tire, professional detailing supplies. You can do everything with hand. So that's kind of like the benefit of what we're showing you today. So microfiber, of course, this is like number one. Take the tag off. I've seen a lot of people scratch their cars even more just from doing that. It's very light and pretty much just removing all of what you just done. You can also see, so rather, this was actually above, this is PPF as well, so we actually did remove some of that haze. So this was maybe caused from like a car wash. That's why I recommend people not going to the car wash because if it's touchless, it's okay, but if it's touch, or if it's touching, then it creates haze spots like this. So this was all along there.
there's still some.
Yeah, exactly. So I polished over here. I never polished here. So it kind of shows. I missed the whole car. So that's pretty much it. We're going to follow up with hard wax. Pretty nice. This is our hard wax. So this you're supposed to leave on for I think around 5 to 10 minutes. Let's do that, and we'll maybe do a little interior. Let's make sure it's evenly distributed. We'll just prime the pad as well, so it's not dry, creating more damage. Our hard wax. It's evenly distributed. This is wax. Yeah. So you're pretty much like sealing your paint. So like you were saying before, like the wax, the ceramic, this is another alternative to protect.
And you can wax PPF.
You can wax. Yes.
Can you wax ceramic?
You can. You can. Just the only thing with that, with the polishing pad, you're actually removing it because that's how you remove ceramic. You have to cut again. If you're using something like this, it's somewhat safe. Yeah, you're still doing some cutting, but alternatively, this is like one of a really good solution. And we'll even show you after. So I'm not going to guarantee it was ceramic, but it most likely was if it was PPF here. I'll wipe off let the hard wax dry a little, wipe it off, and I'll let you guys like just feel it, and you can instantly feel the difference between like non-polished PPF and actual like sealed with our hard wax PPF. So you guys
Yes.
get some classes. Here, just show you what type of brushes that we use. So this is like a blush. It's very soft. It's for like a female makeup. We use that for like very like tight spots or very gentle spots. The first thing we do is just okay, so we don't have a vacuum, but it's going to show you. That's for some of the like gentle spots. We do makeup brush for interior vents, and I like always recommend like something like this. Even I have this in my vehicle just to like get some of this loose debris. Just even if you clean your car just one day, this stuff is going to be there the next day, so it doesn't scratch the screen. It's very simple. It's a very light brush. This is a Sonex brush as well.
Just move dust around.
Yeah, exactly. So what you necessarily want to do is just move it all down and then start your vacuuming, you know? So this would be like initially my first step would be the wipe down of the actual interior. So with our interior cleaner, same thing, you just put it on a microfiber cloth. Let's say we have like a dusty dash, blow everything off. You can like come back, see some stuff. You kind of like want to work your way up to bottom pretty much with interior. This interior cleaner as well. You can put it like how I just showed. You put it on a microfiber, or you can actually put it like in a water bottle and or not a water bottle, like a like a spray bottle. Yeah, and you can maybe do like a 10-to-1 with water, just all the way up, and you can actually spray it. So that's pretty good. And this brush as well, you can use this for like rims as well. It's full interior, tight spots in here.
So how do you keep, when you're spraying, how do you keep it from getting on the inside of that?
From the inside of the glass, you can either put like a microfiber. I more or less for us, we just control it, like try to point it down rather than up. You know, that'd be the best scenario. So next, after let's say we're done with cleaning, we'll do with the interior conditioner. It's the applicator pad for the hard wax. We'll use this applicator pad for the interior conditioner. This stuff you can use on the seats as well. I'll just use it on the dash. This kind of adds like for secondary protection, just from let's say deep scratches or deep scratches, stains, and pretty much anything. It's not a guarantee that it's gonna like, save you from a car crash or something. Like if, let's say, but it will protect you from UV and like stains, scratches. It'll make the process a little bit better. So this stuff pretty much apply. And you just rub it into the leather, and you can see it. You can see how it's absorbing, but it's not giving a crazy sheen. And that's what
that armor all greasy.
Yeah, you don't. That's one of my worst, like the detailing pet peeves is that greasy interior. No one likes that. It's horrible.
The silicone that does that?
Yeah, it's silicone or mostly like that Armor All stuff. But this, it's you can see how it actually absorbs it, and it gives that very deep black leather look. Yeah, black. This is the leather. This is the leather actually.
Does that work on Alcantara?
No, this doesn't. This is purely for leather. So after you do all your cleaning from your wipe down, from your interior cleaner wipe down, this is what you apply afterwards, just for protection. Like just say we washed the car, we polished it. That's our protection. So this is our protection for interior. It's a very good product as well. We can show.
Sorry, what is that product called?
This is it's Porsche leather conditioner.
Oh, so you do the cleaner and then the conditioner.
Exactly. Yeah. You kind of just want to clean it so that those pores. You don't want to put lotion on without cleaning your face first. So that's
What do you use to rejuvenate the leather?
rejuvenate leather. That would be the interior cleaner. So you would you spray it on, agitate it with like a brush or a microfiber.
Okay, so when you have dried leather,
Dry leather, and then you put this on. Yeah, and this is the stuff that kind of rejuvenates it. It gives it moisture.
Yeah.
And not too much moisture. So.
Hey, there are 81
would you do seats with that too?
You would do seats with this. I can display that for you guys.
So they won't get like slippery or anything.
They'll get a little bit slippery, but yeah, that's how it is.
But it'll protect the leather seat.
Exactly. Yeah. So I've had even some customers where they're like the car's really slick now, like we're sliding in the vehicle, but that's after a few days it'll necessarily soak. Yeah, exactly. It'll soak in, but yeah, it's usually a thing. The base. This stuff, just want to make sure it's actual on the pad. This is perforated. You don't want it in the holes.
I hate that up.
Yeah. You gotta get the toothpick.
Oh.
You just make sure that there's no extra product. You just want to make sure there's like, so what I do, I put 4 dots equivalent, and just put it on the pad, smear it on the pad first. Make sure it's not coming off. Just no extra product. Yeah. And you just slowly rub it in, and it'll, you can see the difference immediately. Like even like on tough spots like this where it's constantly getting hit, sat down on, you really need to apply your leather conditioner here, because big cracks like this will happen. Also, I've seen splits before. So conditioner is really really good for your car if you want to keep it. How frequently? I would recommend at least a year. I have some clients that they like every year, 6 months, they call me and they say, hey, can I get a full detail, get everything applicated again? I say, sure, why not? So I'd recommend maybe 6 months to a year, depending on how frequently you drive your vehicle, and yeah, just depending on the condition of your vehicle as well. So that's all that matters.
Does this sponge come with that case?
This one does not, but it does come with other stuff I can show you. It actually comes with, it's Porsche Applicators.
Okay.
So these are a little bit more high quality if you wanna have these ones. Yeah, they're really nice. It comes with also like sheepskin.
Chamois.
Yeah, chamois, or just it's for like wiping off polish. That's necessarily for it. It's really soft. That's pretty much it. We don't have We do have a convertible top. This is our convertible like top sealant. So this is actually what when you put on your top, it makes it like hydrophobic. So it bounces off water, bounces off stains, mold. So this stuff is really good. We'll just display it on like one little spot of the actual top. This stuff, you if it's, let's say it's up, necessarily you'd want to get like a cardboard piece or even like a microfiber and try to block, let's say, the glass here. You don't want this stuff. It's fine for it to be on your glass and your paint. It's just, it's going to leave like a very weird residue, like sticky residue. So what I'm going to, exactly. So what I'm just going to do right here is just cover this right here and do a little spot for you guys. This stuff, I wouldn't even touch it. Just let it naturally soak in, and you can see that smell. It pretty much gives you. It's going to give you hydrophobic. It's going to bounce the water. It's like somewhat prevent all those like tight spots to be a little bit more stronger.
Would you wash this first and then?
I would wash it first. Yeah. Yeah. So I would pretty much with the washment, like the actual wool washment. I've seen it where you can wash it directly and it won't leave any lint or anything. So that's pretty much the best way to go about things. Just wash it first and apply.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what the you can. I would suggest.
Sorry, could you repeat it?
The question?
Could you repeat the question?
You want to repeat?
Yeah, I'm just wondering the material of the washments. Like, is it wool or is it microfiber? What is the material?
This one, yeah, this one's wool. Sometimes it leaves lint on, depending on how you use it. Obviously, I'd recommend microfibers over anything. It's very soft for your paint. Necessarily, we just like using this. It gives a little bit more surface. The microfibers that we have, they're very small, so that's the only thing you're going to sacrifice. This one shows like half the yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Try all these products that you use them on older cars as well, or just?
I would use them older cars, newer cars. It's very versatile. These products. It's, you know, some of the newer products can't really be touched with classics, like I forget the type of rim, the Porsche Markham, like I think it's aluminum or
Fuchs?
yeah.
Fuchs rims, the originals?
Yeah, I think the
They
original.
were kind of delicate.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we had. Yeah, so with those type of rims, it'll actually, like the old classic rims, they'll strip the paint or just because it's old or something. Necessarily, we just, with those type of cars, you just want to use like soap, anything like non-pH. You can use this product. It's just, be a little more cautious. It's a very big asset you want to just take to a professional if you're in that, if you're in that scenario. Windshield wipers. Oh, so like yes, yeah. So we don't have a product for that, but you can get a rubber protectant. So I have in my locker. I have Sonax, any professional detailing supply place. We pretty much ask, how can you rejuvenate this where it's getting hit by a lot of UV every day? So just my solution to that is a rubber protectant sealant, and just apply that every like a year or so. Just every time you see it oxidize, just keep on applying it, and that's pretty much it. They do have like ceramics for that, but we won't get into that. It's a lot of. So secondly, we'll come back and polish. It's hard wax. Around like 10 minutes. Hand polish? No, not so often. Yeah, exactly.
Any comments about the low drawing?
Yeah, that it's the 3M from factory. They've had that for decades. You take it off. Take it off. You get a lot of questions. XL is really good for PPF, just because it's something.
Yeah.
So this isn't something.
Can you explain why you're doing that? You had the hard wax.
So I'm pretty much, yeah, that's a good question. The reason why I'm using spray wax, this generic spray wax on the hard wax, is because I left it on for a little too long. So it was around 10 minutes I left it on, so it's very stuck to the paint. So in order to loosen up those hard wax, just a little bit of spray wax just to loosen it up a little bit. That's pretty much it.
Any comments about the low drawing? Any comments you have about low drawing car?
Low drying, that's the best way to wash your vehicle afterwards. Hey, Troy.
Troy, we're going to take some questions from our online audience.
Okay, perfect.
What is the best way to clean matte black GTS wheels?
Matte black GTS rims. So these are pretty much it. So what I would do, they are very delicate. But let's say if it is OEM paint, if they saw what I did with the rim originally, it's just spray down. You can either use a wash mitt or use a spoke cleaner to get inside of the inner rim. But just be very delicate. You can use anything microfiber. Just take it very slow, because the matte rims you can actually scratch very badly. Of course, it's not like gloss, but it's still, you have to take they are delicate.
And so we noticed also you didn't really scrub the wheels.
Yeah.
So is there a situation where you would have to really get in there?
If it's very dirty, it's just everything's case by case. I didn't really want to scrub this one.
But you also want to be careful that you don't scratch the rims, right? If there's debris, say,
Exactly.
from the track.
Yeah, exactly. So you just want to take it more say case by case, because each rim isn't even going to be the same on one car. So it's just just take your time and just use some of the good products. Even YouTube before doing anything. That's always the best thing.
And then speaking of the track, when you have like rubber bits from the track on your paint, how do you approach that?
That would be, if you have nothing around, hand sanitizer. Just wipe it off quickly. He's talking about like tire marks.
So if you're on the track, like
I'm sure you guys all
the
experience that.
GT3R racer, like
Yeah.
do you get to clean that vehicle?
Yeah, I've done it once actually.
That must be a job.
That one was terrible. Yeah, that was before the last Daytona, I think. Yeah, last Daytona they brought it here. One of the worst quick cleans I've ever had to do for sure.
Yeah.
Just in that, I guess. You can use, to get rid of that, you can either use a hand sanitizer. If it's very stuck on, I would use some heat, then use like a hand sanitizer or alcohol, anything. I'm just saying hand sanitizer because, it's not a lot of people have alcohol that's hanging around in their house. So, just anything alcohol in it. Yeah, exactly.
And to get closer and then save the questions nice and loud for everybody else here.
Yep. So also for interior, if you have minor scuffs, like even a little bit of damage, say to the leather or leatherette, does it require a professional to?
It depends on the type of damage. If it's a tear, then it has to go to a professional. It is pretty. It's not crazy expensive to repair, so you guys don't have to worry about that. And they do a very good job actually repairing it. I've seen a lot of jobs here, and it looks better than brand new. You can't even tell that much.
Would you say that most leatherette is repairable as long as it's not?
Most is repairable
torn.
If it's not torn. And let's say I was going to bring up something that I've kind of implemented here with our other detailer. I've gotten to show him some different techniques. He didn't know that you can actually remove like deep crevices inside your leather. Just a little bit of heat with a heat gun and spray water, and it literally pops out pops out the indent in the leather. So that's what we do. Or even if it has, like if you want to come over here, the seat in this vehicle, first thing I noticed when I was thinking is the seat is it's stretched out. You'll see that little bubble. So one thing we could do to actually remove this, I haven't got the chance to actually detail this vehicle yet. One thing we could do is what I just said is some heat with the heat gun, spray water, and then it reacts and does like a shock. So it actually tightens everything up. So yeah, that's one thing that a lot of people here, they didn't even know that. They're like, oh my God.
Does that work on humans?
Yeah.
You need to use a leather moisturizer before you tighten up the ground.
No. So after doing all that process, what I would do or what we would do, we would put like the leather protectant on, and that just seals everything and makes sure that everything is well lubricated. You know, the leather it doesn't have to be completely wet, but you know it needs some lubrication to actually stay in this condition. So
Spray it first and then heat it.
no, heat first and then spray. Yeah, but take it very, very carefully because I've seen it where you could possibly damage the actual leather. Like it'll char up or it'll get like a different type of material. So best thing if you're in that scenario, just give it to the professional, or unless you have the experience or you have the funds to fund your activities. This console?
Is this the original feeling? Or?
This is most likely original. Yeah, yeah I've seen a lot like this.
Can I ask about sills?
Yeah.
Right.
Sills and funny enough, the speaker enclosure at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be really careful, but I still find
Keep scratching it.
my shoe or whatever will kind of scuff it a little bit.
Yeah. So are you talking about here or the actual fuse
Here.
panel?
Here
Yeah,
and
right
here.
there.
Oh,
Point number
yeah,
2, yeah,
yeah.
right there.
So
This, I can see it right here.
Yeah.
You can see it here. And then I also, on the bottom of the speaker, just the way, because I'm short, so my seat's quite forward. So I think that's a normal thing, but what would you do with that?
What I would do is either put like an interior protectant, like a plastic protectant, so that even the same protectant that you can put on these, just so it doesn't crack, it doesn't fade away. So you put it on this, same protectant as you'd put on this.
And that's
So-
not in the bag of the plastic.
It's not in the bag. That's something you'd have to find on your own. Every type.
Plastic rubber that would be both?
Yeah, plastic, rubber protectant. So rubber protectant, plastic protectant, anything that says protectant.
Or seal.
It's available. Yes, more seals, everything. But so what I was going to say, a lot of people put that protectant, or they can go to like another route. You could either put like a PPF. That would be the best scenario.
I was thinking
PPF. I know even Amazon, they have like covers right here. In my car, I have a cover right here. And just right here, I drive a Subaru, but
What? You're not supposed to say that.
so I have a GT3.
If some of our club members have some chips on their paint and they want to repair them, is there something that they can do where they're not going to put a little paint blob on there, or do they have to bring it in?
Most likely,
And they don't want to say they don't want to repaint like the entire front hood.
most likely they'll have to bring it in if they want like a professional level. One thing you could do is you could just buy the paint yourself and just keep on practicing, trying to really nail that little blob. Because you could. The trick is you just want a little blob to just fill that hole, and then even if you put a massive blob, at the end of the day it still flattens out. So what a lot of people do, they put that blob and it goes over the actual damage. What you want to do is put a little blob in and it sinks into that little hole. So it just dries up there. And then if you need to apply more, just keep doing little by little. And then the finishing, you want to put that clear coat that they include in the package. So the clear coat, that's what really protects it and seals it from further damage.
So how would you approach that here at the dealership if you have
Like for what's on the
if you have a
here.
vehicle that comes in and the
Here-
front is pretty
here
badly?
the exact same way.
Yeah.
We would just assess the damage, see what we're gonna do. I would just get the same touch-up bottle that you guys would be able to purchase. We would just very carefully try to fill it in that little hole and just make it little by little, just go all the way around the car, start from side, move all the way to the next side. 4 we would call like a professional if it was like really, really bad, or determine if the customer actually just wants an entire front end paint. So
Another online question we have is the rocker sills for scuffing. Of course, that's a high traffic area, right?
exactly.
Is there something we can do at home?
The best thing is, like we were saying before, is like a paint protection, not paint protection, a plastic protectant or a plastic like rejuvenator, just to make sure it's always well lubricated, kind of healthy, just so those scratches kind of just glide off rather than they actually dig into the plastic. That's the main goal with the sealant.
And then people could try to buff it out a little bit on their own.
We should probably try to keep the volume up for everybody.
If it's like paint, like let's say you have a 911, 992 with that, it's actually like carbon fiber gloss. But if it's like a matte plastic or something, anything plastic you can't polish out unless it has like a clear coat or an epoxy finish on it. So unless it has like a paint finish, that's the only way you can polish your door jambs out or that door sill.
Another question we have online is Alcantara. It looks awesome. It feels awesome.
Horrible to clean.
Yeah, horrible to clean. How do we clean it? Especially that steering wheel, right? You're touching it all the time.
So we have a different. There's a few products that actually can help. You can use some of the products that we showed today. The interior, so the leather cleaner. You can use the leather cleaner, or you can go to a professional detailing supply, and they actually have like a Alcantara cleaning. So you let the actual soap sink in, or if you have like an interior cleaner, you can do it. You don't have to buy all this stuff. You can buy the interior cleaner. It's very generic. You can just let it sit on the actual fiber or what you're trying to clean. Let it sit for a little, 5 minutes. Wipe it off, and then you should be okay.
I got a question for you too. If you take an expel with self-healing and ceramic, sort of beyond washes, what would you be doing for
Beyond washes? You kind of just have to baby it. Like the main reason why people get PPF, like full end PPF ceramic, is so they can beat the car, man the car wash, and that's the main reason why. So a lot of people, like even me, I ceramic my car. I never bring it to the car wash. What you could do is just take it very gently and try to minimize the amount of times you touch the vehicle. So literally rinse, soap, air dry. Done. You're done. That's exactly. That's the best way to make sure that your paint it's gonna last. So you don't have to do it like a detail every 3 months.
would you apply like an coating to keep the ceramic?
Nano coating as in like the actual ceramic, or it's spray?
Like something to ensure that the ceramic lasts.
So you can do like a refresh every few months. If you take your car to a detailer, that's what the majority of times they'll do. I can say even here, if your car's ceramic, they'll let us know that the car's ceramic, so we take a little bit more care, and you get that little bit of refresh at the end of your detail. So there is a spray that it makes the hydrophobic. The main reason for that spray or that refresh is just to preserve the hydrophobicness of your vehicle, rather than actual it doesn't improve the ceramic at all. Once you put that ceramic on, it's either going to last for 2-3 years, whatever the duration of that actual is, or it's just not. So that refresh is just to make sure that the hydrophobicness of the ceramic is doing well. Yeah. Any other questions? Wax on the windows?
Just a reminder,
you can
repeat the question.
This gentleman asked if you can put wax on the windows. Here we actually wax our windows a lot. It's very easy, and by doing that, you actually save yourself from cleaning the outside window. You can just polish it, and that gives it a little bit of hydrophobicness as well. So if you have like a really nice quality wax, it's a really good. So 2 stones in one.
Tire shine, you haven't talked about that. You haven't talked about tire shine?
Tire shine, I leave that up to the customer because some customers don't really like tire shine on their vehicle. So we don't have a Porsche tire shine product, but I guess how to apply it necessarily.
I know how to apply it.
You know how to apply it?
The issue is sometimes
the flame.
Sprays off.
So
Is
that's
there a product you found that's better?
that's the thing. You kind of have to you have to experience with a lot of products to find out which one suits you the best. One that suits us the best is Sonak's brand.
So nice.
And yeah, or you can go search online, find a water-based tire shine. So the water-based tire shine, it doesn't have as much slick, so it won't fling at your paint, it won't mess up your mud guards. It's what we use here. We kind of switch alternatively to the water-based, just so it's safe on here. You don't have a pregnant woman come here and just slip on some slick tire shine. So that's kind of the main reason we water-based.
Troy?
Yep.
When you're getting ready to wash a car, do you do a degreaser first?
No degreaser, because we don't want to strip like additional. So the main, what we do is we soak, and we actually use like a clay mitt or a clay bar, just to get that decontamination off. And we try to stay away from like things that would strip the clear coat or the protection that was put on previously. Yeah, it's just better for everyone if we just take away that process. But we used to do that before, just soak the car.
Can you speak more to clay bar? So I just want to talk to
Clay bar? Yeah.
If you use clay bar
No, I would not. Just it would be pretty much you're pretty much like sanding a polished car already. You're getting you're not even decontaminating or removing that decontamination. So you can either use a clay mitt like this. This is a clay mitt. I recommend clay mitt because it lasts a very long time rather than conventional like clay bar. And I can show you some clay bars. There's a bucket full of clay. So this is pretty much the alternative to that. That is the alternative to this. And this, you would just pretty much rip a little piece, make a little disc, and wipe it into the vehicle. So
sorry, when you use the clay net.
when we use it,
Yeah.
I don't know if you could maybe tell. I don't know how.
Is it sort of the first level of cleaning?
This is like the second layer. So first we would wash the part with a little all-out spray to actually remove the iron, and this would be the pretty much like the mid. So you'd wash it, and while it's soaked, you would use the clay bar. That's like the most efficient
And
way.
then the polish.
Then the actual like rinse it off again.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The rinse it again.
Rinse it off your iron. But
So who makes that clay net?
this one,
I've seen that before.
this one is like I think it's a Sonak's brand. Every brand, a lot of professional. Yeah, if you go to any professional detailing place, they'll provide you with this. It's and they make better ones. Sorry.
Right?
Yeah, so that's a lot of people don't know about this, but the clay is actually inside. So if you're rubbing too hard, you'll actually wipe the clay on the vehicle, and you just alcohol or something to remove it off. Would you guys like me to show you how to use a clay mitt? It's very simple. So I'll use spray wax just for the station. Normally, I would use just with the soap, so it'd be in the wash process, just to make it a little bit easier. So we'll a little bit rough. So one thing you can do is just feel in the back of your palm, just feel the actual quality of the paint, and those little dirt nibs or iron little particles are in the paint, then you'll feel it, So what we're gonna do is just make sure it's just well lubricated. It's very, very, very simple. Of course, you want to clean this first. Just back and forth rotations, just and you'd be able to feel what you're actually doing. So if it's actually making it a little bit smoother, you're removing the contamination, you would actually be able to feel it. So that's the good thing about this. And we remove this just in order to so the polishing is like 100% true. So your paint is actually being corrected rather than, I know some detailers, unfortunately, they'll use like a sealant. So the sealant, it seals up those scratches. So once you remove this level, you're having that, your actual true paint. So when I wipe this with a microfiber, That's the actual quality of the paint. It's not manipulated with the sealant. So just after this process, we would be just polishing. Again, assess the vehicle to see like the quality of the paint, and you can see like it doesn't scratch entirely, but if you put like a light into this, you put some microscopes, you'll definitely see scratches. And this quality compared to the end step it would be completely different just from like the gloss aspect. So that's pretty much it with the paper. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks very much, Troy. We're gonna be an in-person crowd here, can ask some more questions, of course, but we're gonna move on. I know we're over the hour mark here. So if anyone online is a new club member, if they could please put their name into the chat so we can recognize you, and we'll get a member pin out to you. We have a few club members here. If you would just want to wave when I mention your name, they've already received their club pin. Apendeep Lamba, which I probably mispronounced. There you are. You have 718 payment, right? I believe you were on the Porsche Markham driving tour, and you had like 1,000 kilometers on it. Yeah. So it's going well. Going very well. Probably not too many more kilometers, right? Okay, 3,400 before the winter set in. Good stuff. Bill Rogers. Bill Rogers, are you here? Maybe he went out for a sandwich. Scott Dodd. There we go. Welcome. We also have Rob McLeod. Rob, there you are. I was talking to you earlier. Welcome to the club. Matthew Held. There we are. Welcome. Great to see you all. And you all got your pins, so that's great. Dom Cuomi. There you are. Great. Great to have everyone here. The driving season will soon be starting up, so we hope to have many more events. And Jackie's just going to let us know here if you have any new members online.
Yeah, lots of new members on Zoom. So welcome to Dan Engelbrecht, Craig Allen, Scott DeMoore, Victor Coelho, Taylor Lambert, Ian Robertson, Rolly Astrom, and Sergio Longo. So welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today.
Awesome. Welcome everyone. We had a very good turnout on the Zoom online. I saw 150, so that's awesome that you were able to join us. A good kickoff to Super Bowl Sunday. Everyone watching the Super Bowl later? Me neither. We got some wonderful prizes here. We're going to raffle them off. And then for our Zoom crowd, unfortunately, we can't get the raffle tickets to you, so you get to do a little bit of trivia, and Catherine Menge is going to be assisting us with that. So Jackie, and then we're going to have Lawrence is around here. Lawrence might have to tell us a little bit about what we have. So, would you want to start?
Let's work with this lady. So you're going to pick the names?
Yep. So Jackie, if you want to pick, so what do we have here to win?
I think this is actually a partially pressed pin.
Nice. To go with your club.
To go with your club pin.
Wonderful. And Jackie, what number do we have?
So I already got the raffle tickets, ends in 020.
Hey.
David Case is a winner. Congratulations. So next we'll go to a virtual. So for virtual, we're doing 2 of the FAF racer models. And then we're also going to be doing 2 of the UCR caps. And we have UCR caps here. Many of you who got the E-Blast yesterday, we have wall silhouettes with many Porsches. They're perfect for your man cave or your ultimate Porsche garage. And we can see the sales coming in. We've moved quite a few yesterday, so that's awesome. They're a great addition. So, yep, we don't have one. You'll have to come to the Hansa House social. Yep, put it on your calendar. So the question for our Zoom audience, Porsche Center Markham is located near the intersection of which major roads, and there's a second part, connected to which business? So Catherine Menge, she was going to be looking after that, and we're going to tell you who wins in just a moment. But Jackie's going to pull out another number here. And Lawrence, what do we have next?
While we wait, though, Carolyn rightly pointed out that there's also girl caves.
Oh, are there girl caves? Okay, my apologies.
100%.
There are also bear caves.
So one of the fun things we do here is our parts manager actually came from the hobby industry before he worked in the car business. So we have a full selection of Lego model cars from Tamiya and whatnot. So this is actually a 1988 Tamiya 932. That's it. My boy.
All right, so winning ticket number.
Great for children of all ages.
Or Dave Walker, province editor, big model builder.
Ticket ends in 018.
018.
018, there we go.
New member.
New club member, heading away with a prize on day one. There you go.
I'm talking about.
And Adrian Tung is the winner for the one of the models here. So it'll be mailed out to the virtual audience for the prizes won. And we're going to go to another one.
Set this aside.
Yep. And we'll go to another one in person, Jackie.
Okay.
Winning ticket number 023.
023.
So this is
There we
a 124 scale 956. It's actually got the illegal Rothman check. It's a bit of a collector's piece.
Rob, another new member. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
The new members are making off like bandits today. And we'll do another virtual one. So this one's going to be for a beautiful UCR cap. These are all available in the goodie store. You can order online. If you do come to the Hansa House Social in March, we are going to have the ability to put in some orders, and our goodie store is actually located in Mississauga. So Andy Hunt will be popping by there so he can deliver any orders. So for the UCR cap, this question is, which Porsche model is on the cover of the January issue of Province magazine? And so we're just going to wait on the answer for that. Let this Zoom audience chime in, and
Let's do this.
we got a lanyard.
Yeah, Martini Racing lanyard.
Martini Racing lanyard 016.
No, 26. 26.
16.
Congratulations.
Should I crouch down?
And we got a winner from our Zoom. It's a 930 Turbo, 911 930 Turbo, and that's Rob Payne. Congratulations, Rob Payne, on a wonderful, beautiful UCR cap coming to you in the mail. And we'll go to another.
Let's do this. This is actually super cool, very hard to get. It's a 3D puzzle of a, looks like a 911 GT3 Cup car.
Beautiful.
014.
Hey,
There you go.
congratulations.
Adam.
Hey,
And you're a relatively new member, right?
Yes.
Photo over here. Photo.
Get your photo taken by Eshel, or chief
Thank you.
photographer. Comes out to everything because we make them get up and out of bed, and whether they likes it or not. So we're going to do another in person. So
do we want to do one of these?
yeah, sure. We'll do one of the flat racers. So Lawrence told me. So this is the.
This is Sebring 2021.
So this is a collector item.
Yes.
Well, they're all collector items.
There are 300 of these.
Wow, 300. And just so everyone knows, there's new ones on the way for the new GTE Pro.
Yeah, we just started work on the 2022 model. It probably won't be out until months.
Okay, perfect. Something to look forward to.
Yep.
Winning ticket 007. 007.
007.
Bond.
Hey,
It's gone.
Tony.
Thank you very much. Tony Bond, and
There you
get your
go.
photo taken with Lawrence.
Oh, no, you can do stuff. Yeah.
And we'll do another virtual we're going to do another virtual plaid racer. So the question here has to do with Porsche Center Markham. So hopefully everyone's brushed up on their knowledge. What is the new design concept that Porsche Center Markham follows? And this design concept's being rolled out to all Porsche centers. And it's 2 words. What's the concept called? If you were here at our we had a grand opening online last year. Yeah. Virtual grand opening last year, and we were talking about it. So Jackie will see if there's someone from that. Okay. And we'll do another in person here.
This one's a big one. It's a 1/10 scale.
Wow.
Radio controlled 911 G2 home.
You have to buy a special display case for this one.
Oh, no, he raced us around the parking lot.
Oh, you race it around the parking lot.
Or you race the keys to real car up that any of us have never done.
GT1 autocross.
Ticket number 013.
013, look at that. Awesome. Congratulations.
This will go function around multiple things.
Smile. I can see you smiling.
And so the winner of the last plaid racer for the model for the Zoom audience, Jerry Cornwell. Congratulations, Jerry. Jerry is province copy editor, hardworking volunteer at other events, and he'll be hosting his first driving tour with Jeff Millman this July. It's a gourmet Niagara event, so you'll want to watch out for that from Jerry and Jeff. And congratulations on your plaid racer. I want to win one day. I guess I can stop being president.
There are big versions too, 1/18 scale. So
Are there?
yes, there are.
Wow, so limited.
Yeah, I think we have about 20. So this is some of the stuff we were talking about today. This is actually the interior cleaning kit with a couple of applicator pads.
011.
Congratulations very much. There you go.
Congratulations. And then we got
This is hopefully for somebody with a convertible, because this is actually convertible top cleaner and shampoo. There you go.
021.
021.
Yeah. Michael.
There we go.
And so Lawrence, just to confirm, there's 2 different lines for this equipment partner, right? So there's the white one is the top of the line. So,
Finally.
yeah, we got we're gonna do one more virtual after this, so hang tight, virtual audience.
Okay.
So we got a wonderful, so this is one of the items that is being offered just today in the e-blast you got for the $205, special price for today only. It's a greater discount than your usual PCA discount. And you got leather cleaner, conditioner, you got the wheel rim cleaner.
Washing shampoo.
Beautiful Porsche sponge, just so beautiful you don't want to use it.
Yeah. Applicator pads, etc., etc.
Yep.
So it's the whole kit.
So we're gonna do yeah.
And the final prize, 003.
Hey.
How much did you say that was? It's $205.
Whoa, there you go. That's a whole backpack for you.
Take it with Jackie.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
And then we have one more item to go out to our Zoom audience. Now, I asked our Vice President, Catherine, if I could use the question for the Zoom chat for the first person to correctly spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And she said no. She doesn't want to look at all those characters. So she suggested another question, and that is what is the full actual name of Ferry Porsche? So we're gonna wait for that number to come in. And we've got, there we go, Ferdinand, Cameron McLean, Ferdinand, you got it. And so you got a nice UCR cap coming to you in the mail soon. So we're just gonna wrap up. I wanna say hello to some of our fellow PCA region members who I know are online. I had a look, and I know we have some joining us from Rensport, from Wild Rose, and I'd also like to welcome Rico Diaz. He's our Zone 1 representative. I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to meet him, hopefully maybe even this summer at a UCR event. So thank you for joining us, Rico, and thank you for all the work you do overseeing our larger Zone 1. And also, all the products that you saw in the e-blast, if you want to take advantage of the complimentary shipping, thank you, Lawrence, and the good event pricing on those items, they are, you just need to click the link in the e-blast, or you can send an email to vice-president@pcaucr.org, and that will go to Catherine Menge. And just one other note, Lawrence let me know that as you know, there's some supply chain issues, and there's high demand for Porsches. So he wants to let everyone know that if you are in the market, for a brand new Porsche, get on the list. It's a bit of a wait. But if you're looking to sell your own Porsche and you want to take advantage of the high market, they're more than happy to do an assessment for you. I know some people prefer to sell their car before they get into their next one. So just contact Porsche Center Markham. You can always reach out to a club leader, and we'll get you in touch with Lawrence or someone here at Porsche Center Markham. So other than that, I want to thank Lawrence Yap, the creative director at FAF Automotive Group, as well. Troy Stevenson is still over here. So we hope to see you at our next social. We hope we can open it up a little bit more on March 8th. And thanks, of course, to Chris Hebert. His arms are probably getting tired. And Jackie Metcalf, Catherine Menge, Eshel's wig. You could look for Eshel's photos in the next issue of Province in March. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you again soon.